think about, for example, the United States Census category, the categories, right? We think about those broad racial and ethnic terms, and we think about the nuances of those terms. We think about the intersectional nature of those terms. While forensic anthropologists have argued that they're pretty good at doing this, in part because they look at cases and they use as evidence the cases of people who are positively identified, we know that there's more to the story because there are a lot of unidentified people. We know, for example, that there's a national database of missing people, which are unidentified people, which numbers over 13,500 as 13,600. And in some instances, for instance, in this database, people check boxes, or there are boxes that are checked which sort of are designated about this person. Well, let's say the forensic anthropologist makes an erroneous assessment, but reports that to be true, then the wrong box is checked. There's nothing that can be done to ever fix that. If investigators think that I'm looking for person from group X, and that's what I'm doing, but the skeleton that they've investigated is really from group Y, for instance. And so forensic anthropologists have not really done a good job of even communicating some of those nuances. There's a great paper that I referenced in the webinar, the recorded webinar that was just published back in January about language use itself and the words that are reported and the variety of words that are used, particularly as we've wrestled with this transition from race estimation to ancestry estimation, and what the words are, how people use them, could a person, and how do forensic anthropologists, for example, deal with people who might have a parent from one group and a parent from another group, for instance, right? We can look to lots of examples for how intersectional identities muddy the water in terms of social classifications. And forensic anthropologists have not done a good job about this